People of Earth, my name is Colin, your name is Audience, and welcome back to this. It is just around noon right now. This is the day that the last vlog went out, so it's a Tuesday. And I just got confirmation that, it seems like Tuesdays are just kind of big days for me for some reason. I don't know why. I think that's probably how most people feel, because nobody does anything on Mondays, but everybody does stuff on Tuesdays, like actually working. I don't know. All I know is that I basically woke up this morning to an email that I was expecting from Massanut, and basically saying, here are the times when the people we want to interview are available. The options were tomorrow or Thursday, and so I basically went ahead and said, yeah, sure, let's do it tomorrow. Or that's what I was leaning towards anyway. But then shortly after literally waking up, first thing I did was, go to the bathroom, came back, laid in bed for a little bit, read the email, was thinking about how I wanted to respond, typing up the response in my head, as it were. And then I got a phone call from my sports person, and they basically said, hey, we're getting stuff ready for different stuff. Can you come by? I want to talk to you about, some stuff that's coming up. As I believe I've mentioned, I am going to be working the CAA baseball tournament in May. Very busy, first 15 minutes of being awake, and then kind of nothing until tomorrow. So I'm excited, but also a little bit nervous because, as I'm sure you know, this is really the first pure videography gig. Sports is kind of a different animal. I feel pretty comfortable with that at this point, just because I like live production stuff, and it's just fun. I enjoy it. But this is kind of different because it's just me. I'm not working for I'm not working for anybody else. This is specifically me doing this on my own as Colin, not as a contractor for somebody else. So a little bit nerve-wracking, but at the end of the day, I'm confident in my skills, and I'm confident in my flexibility and my ability to communicate, which means that if something does go wrong, it's not the end of the world. So we're going to basically gather all the equipment, including that audio recorder that I spoke about in the last vlog, and then maybe we'll do a nice shot and show you all of what I'm taking. So I'm going to go ahead and do kind of just the tedious process of getting rid of all this stuff on here. It's pretty boring. I don't think I'm going to film it, but should be fun. Okay, so it's been about a day, as you can tell from me wearing different clothes, and just, looking different. We are getting ready for our shoot today at 3. Currently it is around 12:30, so kind of a not quick turnaround, but we have a decent amount of time, and I decided to get ready because I wasn't doing anything else. We got some batteries charged, and we got the GoPro charged, and I just want to show off for a second just all the stuff that we're going to be working with today. So basically, I'm not going to divide these up into certain things, but I'll just explain as I go. So, first and foremost, let's ramp that ISO up a little bit. Actually, can we? Yeah, perfect. Basically, this is the mic kit that we're going to be using. It's charging right now. You've seen it yesterday. We have this audio recorder, which is also going to be kind of helpful. It's not turning on right now, so we might need to check the batteries in that, unless it turns on right now. Nope. Okay, so we'll check the batteries in that. We've got our tripod shoe, which is going to go on the bottom of this. And currently, the cage that I have is not on the camera. It is just free floating because I'm trying to devise a way to film myself while filming. And I've seen people do this before. They'll put it on the hot shoe mount of the camera. Unfortunately, I don't have any easy to adapt stuff. I was gonna try and use this because this is I think I killed it by accident, but this has some sort of thing on the bottom, and I was trying to get that bit off, hopefully to screw it into the bottom of that and then put it either on the cage itself or on the hot shoe on the camera. But that didn't work out, so instead I kind of fiddled around with some of the GoPro attachments that I have, and we got this looking thing. I think it should be fine. My only concern is that the camera will get in the way of the footage, but the GoPro camera is wide enough that I feel like it might just work like that. And that doesn't interfere with kind of my use of the camera at all. It's very kind of compact, which I like. We've got our 50 millimeter
not quite pancake lens. It's a chunky pancake. It would be a thick pancake. We've got our SD cards ready to go. There's obviously one in this camera right now. We have one getting delivered later today. We'll see if that gets here in time. I haven't bothered labeling anything yet. And then we've got some ND filters. But other than that, I successfully wiped all the cards. So we're basically got so much storage. We are charging the microphone as well as the GoPro right now. And then waiting to see if maybe the monitor gets delivered in time. I don't know. It says that the latest delivery would be 2:45 p.m., which I will already be over there at that point. So that would be useless to me. But we'll see. Maybe it gets delivered right now. No. Maybe it gets delivered before then. And if it does, then I will film unboxing that. Actually, what we're going to go do right now is we're going to film while these stuff are charging. There's not more I can do, really. We're going to unbox that package that my dad said we could unbox it. So we don't know who this is from. My dad got it. He hasn't been here in a while. So it says JFK on it. And it says it's from Iowa, Illinois. It's from Illinois. 1055 Sesame Street, as it were. So one of two things is going to happen here. Either A, I'm going to open this and die, unfortunately, which this will be interesting for people to find. Or B, it's going to be something that my dad ordered a long time ago and was like, oh yeah, I forgot about that. Or it's none of the above and it was meant for somebody else. So if this is the last thing that I ever do, that would be really upsetting. It would appear that my father has ordered some lampshades for some lamps around here. This for sure goes on a lamp upstairs, I think. That's not very exciting, but you know what? Some of them are messed up upstairs, so probably a good... This sounds like a classic dad was here and ordered something without realizing it. Or realizing it, he for sure ordered these, and then just like kind of forgot that he did that. And like they were gonna take a long time to get here or something like that. So not very exciting, but you know what? That's, I mean, good for the house. We certainly need these because some of the stuff around it. I gotta take a picture and send it to him now. Candy Crush branded Amazon packaging, which I didn't know was a thing, but apparently it is. So, crack this bad boy up, crack this bad boy open. That's the word I was looking for. 3 things in here. First being 128 gig full-size SD card, which will probably just take over most of the duties that the SD card that this is being recorded on right now do. Just so that we can have a dedicated SD card for that this camera right here, dedicated SD card for the GoPro, and then as well as just a floater, if you will. Second, we've got a 7-inch HD 1280 by 800 IPS super slim camera monitor, and this one particular is by a brand called Feel World. I think I've seen somebody use something similar to this before. Probably not the same company, but similar, you know. Oh my gosh. A really nice one is going to cost you a lot of money. A really nice camera monitor is going to cost you a decent amount of money. Not that this isn't a nice camera monitor. I'm sure it looks nice. It's pretty big compared to like the camera. But that's kind of the point. It runs off of a different type of battery than I have, so I had to order batteries to go with it, which I should probably go plug in right now if I intend on using this today. Warm notice. The mask protects the screen. Please peel off the mark if you favor. mask if you want, I guess. It did come with a couple stuff, which is kind of cool. Well, actually, look, we've got a little inventory sheet right here. Package list: monitor, F970 battery plate, sunshade, HDMI cable, HDMI plug lock, hot shoe mount, and a manual. So the cool thing about this is the main reason I purchased this is so that you can use focus peaking, which is going to put a little red outline around things that are in focus, and make it black and white, which makes it a lot easier to focus things just in general, which isn't a problem because the autofocus on Canon cameras in general is like pretty good. Got sunshade, so if it's really sunny outside, you can still see the screen. It came with an HDMI lock, which I believe means, oh, there we go. This is the full sunshade assembly. It comes with an HDMI lock, so I guess it does, so it doesn't bend the SD card a lot. So, or sorry, not the SD card, the HDMI cable, which is like a little bit weird because I've never had like problems with that, but I guess it makes sense. Cause like, let's see. So theoretically, the HDMI cord goes there. And then we can screw this into the back. Which there's dozens of companies out there that sell right angle HDMI, really any type of cord. If you want it right angled, you can probably find it. In fact, I'm pretty sure you can probably make your own right angled connector if you really wanted to. So basically the way this is going to work is, let's pull this out now. It's going to go from the camera into the monitor, which, based on my experience with using this for live streaming, means that it's going to black out the flip out screen, which is fine because at that point you've got a super big monitor that you no longer need the flip out screen. So basically we plug in an HDMI cord in like this, and then we bring the lock in and then kind of screw it down. I actually think that the bigger reason, let's see if we can, oh. That was nice. The bigger reason why you put this in here so that it doesn't get yanked out strangely, or anything like that. So I tell you what, let's go ahead and try this right now. Actually, maybe not. We've got no battery right now, so we can't actually do that. But that's locked in there like that. That's cool. It comes with the sunshade thing, which I think we'll probably end up using today. But I need to go plug in the batteries to make sure that they're charged, and then we can fool around with it on the shoot, and see what happens. Maybe it'll be useful. Maybe it'll be utter crap. Who knows? But I need to make sure I don't waste the battery on this camera because I need it for the shoot. So I'm going to stop recording right now, and then I will let you know after the shoot how everything went. See you then. Alright, well I am back, and our brand new SD card, 128 gigs, is in this camera right now. Woo! I don't know. Is that exciting? Maybe not. To my knowledge, I haven't checked any of the footage yet, but to my knowledge, the GoPro setup on the side of the camera worked kind of perfectly. It seemed like it was in a good position, and it looked like it was getting everything, so that's all that matters. Other stuff. I didn't end up using the monitor, I need to figure out how I'm actually going to use it. Just a better setup, maybe some Velcro to strap it somewhere on the tripod maybe. I don't know, I haven't decided yet. It's going to take a while to figure out, but it will be used at some point, if not with this camera, then in the future with a different camera. So it all went really well. That was basically all I had planned for today. I need to go do some taxes actually, so I'm going to go start on that. And then other than that, tomorrow I'm meeting with my sports person to talk about stuff coming up. And it sounds like I already agreed to work a track and field meet this weekend, and then I just got put on a softball game on Sunday. So working all weekend long, but that's no problem. And then I'm going to go ahead and
offload the project footage for Mastodon right now so that it is saved and we know that we have it. So that I can start editing it either tomorrow if I feel like it, or more likely Friday maybe. Friday, edit a little bit. I mentioned to kind of the person that I'm working with, the project lead, that I would most likely have something for them to look at on Tuesday. So probably a decent amount of work on Friday and then a little bit on Monday, just editing it, putting it together, a rough draft, and then kind of finish that up. The due date for that is the 12th, I believe. Sorry, the 22nd. I don't know where my brain was, but it's due. It's meant to be posted on the 22nd, which is Earth Day. It's a sustainability project. So basically, I need to get it to them and have it done by no later than the 19th, basically, because that's my own instituted deadline. That's when I want to have everything wrapped up for this specific episode. For the next ones, that's a different technically a different project, not really. It's the same project, but it's different episodes, so I'm not even going to look at those until we're done with this, and then we can schedule those and get them taken care of. So it went really well. That's all I can say. I'm just going to keep saying that over and over again. The microphone is not plugged in, is it? That's embarrassing. It's late on Monday, and I'm still editing, and I've been working on editing the gig that I did. So yeah, hopefully everybody's week has gone well. Hopefully everybody's weekend was really good. Mine was super, super busy. But it was worth it. It was worth it. It was a good time, and I got a lot done. So, but yeah, that's going to be it for me this week. And I will catch all of you in the next episode. But if I don't, have a good one. Peace.